The drama between Chrisean Rock and Blueface has reached a boiling point, and this time, it's personal. During a recent IG Live, Blueface shocked fans by calling their son something no parent should ever hear. The comment didn't just ruffle feathers, it ignited a firestorm. Chrisean immediately responded, furious and unfiltered, calling him out as an evil father and making it clear she wouldn't tolerate disrespect toward their child. Social media erupted as fans watched her emotional, raw reaction unfold in real time. This isn't just drama, it's a family feud that's getting ugly fast. The tension between Chrisean Rock and Blueface has always been unpredictable, but their latest clash has crossed a line that hits right at the heart of their family. Fans have grown used to their public disagreements, viral posts, and social media spats, but this time, their personal lives, and more importantly, their child became the battleground. During a recent Instagram Live, Blueface shocked viewers by calling their son derogatory names, a moment that ignited immediate outrage. It wasn't just a careless remark. It was deeply personal and emotionally charged, touching a nerve with Chrisean in a way that nothing else had. Chrisean's response was instant and fiery. Known for her unfiltered nature, she didn't hold back as she confronted Blueface publicly, expressing her anger, frustration, and disappointment. She called him an evil father, and accused him of disrespecting their son and failing to take responsibility for his actions. Every word was packed with emotion as fans watched her raw, unfiltered reactions in real time. She wasn't just reacting to the insult. She was defending her child and making it clear that no one could question her role as a mother. The exchange didn't stay contained to their personal profiles. Clips of the live confrontation quickly spread across social media platforms, from TikTok to YouTube to Twitter, igniting widespread debate. Fans immediately took sides, with some defending Chrisean's reaction as justified and necessary, while others criticized Blueface for his careless words. Comment sections became battlegrounds, dissecting every statement and body language cue. The sheer intensity of the responses highlighted how invested the public is in their family dynamic and how volatile social media can make personal conflicts. This situation is emblematic of the broader issues the couple has faced over the years. Their relationship has been highly public, often playing out in the court of social media opinion. From previous disputes over co-parenting to public arguments about trust, loyalty, and accountability, their history has been turbulent. Fans who have followed their story knew that tensions were high, but calling their child a derogatory term was unprecedented. Chrisean's reaction made it clear that this is where she draws the line, a clear boundary. When it comes to her son's well-being, Chrisean didn't stop at a single post or comment. She posted multiple videos addressing the situation, each one more emotional than the last. Her voice ranged from frustration to anger to vulnerability, allowing fans to witness her thought process as she processed the insult. Her willingness to confront Blueface publicly signals both her refusal to stay silent and the intense pressure of navigating parenthood under the scrutiny of millions. Every post was amplified by the public's fascination, creating a feedback loop that further fueled the drama. Blueface, meanwhile, maintained a more detached stance initially, though his words and demeanor on the IG Live had already done damage. Fans criticized him for being insensitive and careless, with many questioning his ability to co-parent effectively. Some even argued that the public nature of the insult demonstrated a lack of maturity and responsibility, traits expected from a parent. The backlash wasn't limited to Chrisean's supporters, as many neutral observers expressed shock at his comment, emphasizing that this level of disrespect toward a child is unacceptable. In any context, the timing and platform of the incident made it even more significant. Instagram Live allowed fans to witness the interaction in real time, creating an immediacy that intensified the reactions. Unlike a private text or message, a live broadcast leaves little room for interpretation or delay. Every viewer could see Chrisean's initial shock, the rise in her voice, her emotional gestures, and her direct confrontation with Blueface. The live nature of the event made the drama raw and unfiltered, which only amplified public interest as the incident continued to unfold. Social media became a forum for broader discussions about parenting, responsibility, and public behavior. Influencers, commentators, and everyday viewers weighed in, debating who was in the right, who was in the wrong, and what this meant for their child. Hashtags related to the drama began trending, and reaction videos dissected Chrisean's and Blueface's statements, body language, and emotional intensity. Every reaction, repost, and comment contributed to a growing narrative that this was more than just a private argument. It was a public spectacle reflecting modern family dynamics in the digital age. Despite the criticism and attention, Chrisean remained unapologetic. Her posts emphasized that protecting her son is her top priority, and she refused to let public opinion silence her. She framed the confrontation not as drama for attention, but as a necessary response to unacceptable behavior. Fans praised her for standing her ground and demonstrating the lengths she will go to defend her child, even if it means facing scrutiny herself. By the end of the first wave of backlash, it was clear that this was a turning point in their ongoing saga. Chrisean Rock had made a bold public statement about boundaries, parenting, and accountability, while Blueface's comment had ignited a firestorm that shows no signs of slowing down. The combination of social media immediacy, emotional intensity, and real-life stakes has set the stage for continued drama that fans will be following closely in the coming days. The feud between Rock and Blueface has reached a boiling point, and it all went public during a recent Instagram Live that left fans stunned. What started as a typical social media exchange between two high-profile personalities quickly escalated into something deeply personal, drawing in their loyal followings and igniting a storm of online conversation. In a dramatic moment during the live stream, Blueface made a remark that struck a nerve, prompting Chrisean to hit back with an accusation that shook viewers. "You're an evil father." For context, this isn't the first time tensions between the two have surfaced publicly. Their history is a complex mix of on-and-off romance, co-parenting challenges, and ongoing clashes over social media behavior. Chrisean, known for her outspoken nature and fiery personality, has never shied away from addressing slights head-on, while Blueface has cultivated a persona that often blends humor, provocation, and deflection. Combine these traits, and you get a volatile mix, especially when emotions run high and cameras are rolling live. The Instagram Live in question started innocently enough. Blueface was engaging with his fans, answering questions and commenting on recent events in his life. But when a fan asked about Chrisean, the conversation took a sharp turn. Blueface made a comment that, while perhaps intended as a joke or a playful jab, was interpreted by Chrisean and many watching as deeply disrespectful. The timing couldn't have been worse. Tensions had already been simmering behind the scenes regarding parenting, personal issues, and past grievances. Chrisean's response was immediate, raw, and unfiltered. She called out Blueface on his behavior in front of thousands of viewers, accusing him of being an evil father. The phrase resonated with fans because it struck at the heart of one of the most sensitive areas of their relationship: co-parenting. Their son, Junior, has often been at the center of public scrutiny, with both parents under the microscope for their decisions, lifestyle, and online antics. Chrisean's words highlighted not only personal hurt but also a broader frustration about accountability and responsibility. Social media erupted almost instantly. Clips of the live stream spread like wildfire across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, each one dissected and analyzed by fans and commentators alike. Hashtags began trending as viewers weighed in on the feud, choosing sides and debating the implications of Chrisean's statement. Some argued she was justified, highlighting instances where Blueface had publicly acted irresponsibly or made controversial remarks. Others criticized her for escalating the situation on a public platform instead of handling it privately, suggesting that airing grievances in real time only fuels drama rather than resolving underlying issues, adding fuel to the fire. Insiders and close sources to both stars began chiming in. Some suggested that the argument wasn't just about one comment on Instagram Live, but rather a culmination of months of unresolved tension, from alleged misparenting responsibilities to past betrayals in their relationship. Every grievance seemed to find a platform during this explosive live stream. The intensity of the exchange was a reminder that their issues go far beyond social media stunts. These are deeply personal, emotionally charged conflicts that play out publicly because of their fame and platform. Chrisean's fans quickly mobilized to support her. Many praised her courage for speaking her truth and defending her perspective, especially in such a public setting. Social media posts flooded in, with supporters sharing clips, commentary, and personal takes on the situation. The discussion extended beyond the celebrity sphere, sparking conversation about accountability in co-parenting, the effects of public scrutiny on family dynamics, and the challenges of navigating personal relationships while living in the spotlight. Meanwhile, Blueface's fanbase reacted defensively. Some fans claimed Chrisean was overreacting or misinterpreting his intentions, framing the argument as a classic example of online tension being blown out of proportion. Others dug into his past, highlighting instances where he had attempted to reconcile or explain his actions, suggesting that the narrative is more complicated than a simple accusation. This divide in public opinion only intensified the drama, keeping both parties trending across platforms for days amid the chaos. The live stream became a snapshot of a larger ongoing saga. It wasn't just a clash between two personalities. It was a glimpse into how fame, personal relationships, and social media collide in the modern celebrity era. Every reaction, every comment, and every post becomes part of the story, creating a cycle of response and counter-response that is difficult to control. For Chrisean and Blueface, this means that private disagreements are rarely contained. They become public spectacle, scrutinized by millions. By the end of the live stream, it was clear that the evil father comment had hit a nerve that goes beyond entertainment. It touched on responsibilities, accountability, and the very real stakes of raising a child while living life under a microscope. What began as a single comment spiraled into a public debate about parenting, respect, and the limits of social media engagement. Fans and critics alike were left wondering what the next chapter would look like, how the two would handle the aftermath, and whether this latest clash would lead to resolution or further escalation. In many ways, this incident underscores the pressures that come with celebrity relationships. Fame amplifies every action and reaction, and social media serves as both a stage and a battlefield. For Chrisean Rock, speaking her mind in that moment was a declaration of boundaries and accountability. For Blueface, it was a reminder that public words carry weight, especially when they intersect with family and personal responsibility. The fallout from this live stream is just beginning, and everyone watching knows that in this saga, the next move could be even more explosive. As the initial explosion of drama simmered, the fallout between Chrisean Rock and Blueface only intensified. Clips from the IG Live where Blueface insulted their son spread like wildfire across social media, sparking debates, reaction videos, and memes. Every viewer seemed to have an opinion. Some criticized Blueface for his carelessness, while others defended him as being honest or just joking, regardless of stance. The incident ignited a massive public conversation about parenting, respect, and accountability in the spotlight. Chrisean's response didn't slow down after the initial posts. She continued to address Blueface directly in multiple videos, expressing her frustration and disappointment. Fans watched as she went from anger to tears and back to fiery declarations, calling him an evil father and demanding respect for their child. Her unfiltered reactions reminded the public why she's such a polarizing figure. She wears her emotions openly, allowing viewers to see the full spectrum of her feelings in real time. Every post, clip, or story she shared only fueled the conversation further. The public reaction was instantaneous. On TikTok, hashtags related to Chrisean and Blueface began trending, with reaction videos dissecting every word and gesture. YouTube commentators broke down the situation, analyzing tone, body language, and context. Twitter exploded with heated discussions. Fans debated whether Chrisean's reaction was justified or whether Blueface's comment was simply reckless, but not malicious. The internet seemed split. One side viewed Chrisean as a fiercely protective mother defending her child, while the other side saw a public meltdown over a personal conflict. Either way, engagement surged beyond fans. Influencers and social media personalities jumped into the drama, adding layers of commentary and speculation. Some praised Chrisean for taking a stand and not allowing disrespect toward her son. Others criticized Blueface, arguing that a parent must think before speaking in public. Especially in a digital age where every word is recorded and replayed, the discussion became bigger than just their personal feud. It sparked conversations about co-parenting in the public eye, boundaries on social media, and the impact of celebrity behavior on children. Blueface's response, or lack thereof, so added fuel to the fire. Initially, he didn't address the backlash in depth, which left many fans frustrated. Silence, in this case, was interpreted as either indifference or evasion. When he eventually commented, some felt he downplayed the insult or attempted to frame it as a joke, which only intensified Chrisean's frustration. The dynamic between the two highlighted the tension of parenting under scrutiny. What might be a private joke in normal circumstances becomes a public debate when millions of people are watching. Chrisean also received messages from her supporters, encouraging her to stay strong, while some advised her to de-escalate for the sake of their child. Her posts suggested she understood the stakes but refused to back down. Protecting her son became the central theme in every clip she posted. She emphasized that her child's well-being comes before public opinion, pressuring Blueface to recognize the impact of his words. Her stance resonated with many fans who saw it as an example of unapologetic, active parenting under extreme public scrutiny. Social media dynamics amplified the situation in ways neither parent could fully control. Memes, reaction videos, and commentary spread across platforms, sometimes adding humor, sometimes deepening the tension. Clips were shared without context, and discussions quickly escalated as people debated morality, parenting style, and celebrity behavior. The viral nature of these interactions created a feedback loop where the original issue, the insult toward their child, became overshadowed by the ensuing public spectacle. Meanwhile, the story highlighted the challenges of co-parenting in the digital era. Celebrities like Chrisean and Blueface operate in a space where private conflicts quickly become public crises. Every interaction is scrutinized, every reaction amplified, and every word has consequences. Fans and critics alike analyze the situation, framing it as a lesson in responsibility for public figures. Chrisean's proactive stance contrasted sharply with Blueface's initial passivity, creating a narrative of accountability versus negligence that social media latched onto by midweek. The incident had become more than a personal spat. It was a cultural moment. Commentators framed it as a story about parenting, social media responsibility, and the pressures of raising a child in the public eye. Chrisean's emotional but principled stance won praise from many, while Blueface's impulsive comment highlighted the pitfalls of unfiltered celebrity speech. The dynamic created a mix of outrage, support, and endless discussion. What became clear is that this feud isn't just a momentary clash. It's a reflection of the challenges of celebrity parenthood and social media accountability. Chrisean Rock's dedication to defending her son shows a willingness to confront even the father of her child publicly, if necessary, while Blueface's comment serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of careless words. The story continues to unfold, with fans eagerly awaiting the next move in this high-stakes family drama. The drama between Chrisean Rock and Blueface reached its peak in the third wave, and by this point the story had taken on a life of its own. What started as an IG Live comment spiraled into a full-blown public feud, with every word, post, and reaction dissected by fans, influencers, and media alike. Chrisean's response to Blueface's derogatory remark about their son became the focal point of countless online debates, highlighting the tension between raw emotion and public accountability. Chrisean's posts during this period were unfiltered and powerful. She didn't shy away from calling out Blueface, repeatedly labeling him as an evil father and emphasizing the importance of respecting their child. Her words resonated with many viewers, especially parents who understood the instinct to defend one's child at all costs. Fans praised her for speaking openly, and her willingness to confront Blueface publicly reinforced her image as a protective and unapologetic mother. Her emotions, ranging from anger to frustration to vulnerability, made this situation feel real and relatable, even to those who weren't typically invested in celebrity drama. Blueface, on the other hand, faced a tidal wave of backlash. Critics argued that his comment was careless at best and damaging at worst, sparking discussions about the responsibilities of celebrity parents in the digital age. The fact that this all unfolded publicly magnified the issue. Every post, clip, or comment from him was scrutinized, and his attempts to frame the remark as a joke or out of context didn't fully diffuse the tension. Fans questioned his judgment, accountability, and maturity, turning the incident into a cautionary tale about parenting under the scrutiny of millions of viewers. Social media acted as both arena and amplifier for the conflict. Memes, reaction videos, and commentary clips spread across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, each iteration bringing the drama to new audiences. The feud became a cultural conversation about parental responsibility, respect, and how public figures navigate family matters in the spotlight. Influencers and commentators debated the fairness